In this lesson, we are going to simplify expressions once again with exponents. There should be one with exponents by combining like terms. So we're still combining like terms. But this time, if you notice, these expressions have these exponents in here. So let's go ahead and in these first four examples, let's just order the terms in the correct order. So this is x to the second power in this term. And this, even though it doesn't say it, is x to the first power. So we're going to first show each term. X to the second power has the highest exponent, right? Variable exponent. So we are going to place it first. Now we look for the next highest one, which just happens to be x, the next highest exponent, or the next largest exponent, x to the first. So let's put plus 3x. And then lastly, this minus 2 term doesn't even have an x. So we're just going to put minus 2 right here. Eventually, we're going to combine some terms, but right now I just want you to concentrate on placing them in order, a conventional order, really, because it kind of doesn't matter. It's useful, but it doesn't matter too much as far as equivalence. So 4y to the third plus 6 plus y squared minus 2y. So I'm going to box each term. Okay, now I like to find my highest one first. Y to the third, no y is y to the second, y. So y to the third, 4y to the third. Done with that one. Y, no y to the second, y. So plus y to the second. So I have no y's and y. So minus 2y. And then this one with no y's. Once again, I should show where I'm getting this from. So I put this one here, and this term here. So I'm going to box my terms. These are w's, so the highest exponent, or the largest exponent with w is to the fourth. So negative 2w to the fourth. This is w, this is minus 3, this is w to the second, so this term goes next, plus 4w to the second. And lastly, I'm left with w and minus 3, so the w, which is a positive w, goes next. And then I end with minus 3 with the constant. Remember, the minus 3 is a constant. Let's do one more. 5n to the fourth plus n minus n to the third power minus 3 plus 4 n to the second power. So n to the fourth, n to the third, n to the second. So this n to the fourth should come down first. N to the third, no n's, n to the second. So minus n to the third. Then we have n minus 3, and we have n, we have no n's, and we have n squared. So plus 4n squared. And lastly, we have an n and a minus 3, so plus n. And once again, we have a minus 3. That's interesting. So let's just end on the constant, with the constant again of minus 3. Minus 3. So let's go ahead and combine like terms. Simplify expressions by combining like terms. I'm going to box my terms. And I have x to the second and x to the second and no x's and no x's. These two terms here are like each other because they both have x to the second powers. So 3x squared plus 4x squared gives me 7x squared. 7x squared combines to 7x squared. And I have two constants left over, plus 5 plus 2, which I'm not even going to show the work for because we know that's just plus 7. Fairly easy. So let's look at example 6. 4y to the third plus 5y plus 2y to the third minus y. So y to the third, y to the third, y. So let's look for my highest exponent, which is, or largest exponent, which is y to the third, y cubed, and y to the third. So I have 4y to the third plus 2y to the third. I get 6y to the third. 6y to the third. And lastly, I have this plus 5y and this minus y. Remember, we can put a 1 if you need. So 5y, positive if you need to write it, minus 1y is positive 4y. So plus 4y. We have 2 more to go, and we're done with this, with the notes for this lesson. So w squared minus 2w to the 4th power plus 3 plus 4w to the 2nd power. We look for our largest exponent, which is w to the 4th power, and there's no more of these, so I just bring it down. Don't need to do anything with it. And then I'm looking for a w to the third, but there is none. There's a w to the second here, and a plus 4w to the second here. Remember to write this 1 if you need it. 1w squared plus 4w squared. Remember, we can write the plus there if we want also. Gives me positive 5y squared plus 5y squared. Well, I guess I sort of wrote it, it's just not in the right place. And lastly, we end up with this positive 3, so plus 3, because there's no more constants, it's just all alone. Last example. Negative 7y to the 4th minus 6y to the 3rd plus y to the 4th minus 5 minus y minus y. I'm going to write my 1s right here. So highest term exponent is y to the 4th. Ooh, I have 2 of them. So negative 7y to the 4th plus y to the 4th. May as well add a 1 or put a 1 there. Write that a little nicer. Plus 1y to the 4th. So negative 7 plus 1 is negative 6y to the 4th. Next largest exponent is y to the 3rd, and I only have one of those terms. So minus 6y to the 3rd. And then I have these 2 minus y's over here because I don't have any y's to the 2nd power. Minus 1y minus 1y. Minus 1y minus 1y. When we combine them is minus 2 copies of y. Lastly, we have this lone constant just sitting alone. Minus 5. And that's it. Thank you.